My precious child, I am interrupting your life right at this exact second for a reason so urgent that I could not wait another moment. What I am about to tell you has been sealed in heaven with your name written on it, and if you click away from this message in the next 30 seconds, you will miss the one opportunity that was designed specifically to rescue you from the financial prison you have been trapped in. I know you are tired of hearing promises that never come true. I know you have been disappointed before, but this time is different because I am about to give you 3 specific signs that will appear in your life before midnight tonight, proving that supernatural forces are already moving money in your direction. Do not move, do not blink, do not let anything pull your attention away, because the next words out of my mouth will change your bank account forever. My dear child, there is a whisper coming from the throne room of heaven right at this very moment, and it is searching for your heart like a gentle wind searching for an open window. Something extraordinary is unfolding in the invisible realm. Something so powerful and so precise that the angels themselves have stopped their songs to watch what is about to happen in your life. You may not feel it yet in your body. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but deep in the core of your spirit, something is stirring. Something ancient and eternal is waking up inside you, shaking off the dust of disappointment and rising with a roar that declares your season of struggle is coming to an end. This is not wishful thinking. This is not empty encouragement meant to make you feel better for a fleeting moment. This is a declaration from the realm where truth lives, where promises are kept, and where your name has been written in a book of destiny since before the stars knew their places in the sky. Right now, as you absorb these words, there are movements happening in dimensions you cannot perceive with your natural senses. Doors that have been locked for generations are being unlocked. Chains that have held your family line in bondage are being shattered link by link. Demons that have celebrated your struggle are being silenced by the sound of heaven's decree over your life. Resources that have been frozen in spiritual holding patterns are being released and directed toward you with supernatural speed. Your breakthrough is not somewhere far off in the distant future, requiring years of additional waiting and countless more tears. Your breakthrough is close enough to touch. It is near enough to feel. It is real enough to change everything starting tonight. Listen to me very carefully, because what I am about to tell you will either ignite your faith or expose the depth of your doubt, and only you can decide which one it will be. There is a blessing with your name engraved on it in letters of gold, stored in a treasury that never runs empty, guarded by angels who never sleep. And that blessing has been accumulating interest, growing in size, expanding in scope, multiplying in impact for every single day you have waited. You think the delay diminished what was coming to you, but the exact opposite is true. The delay enlarged it. The waiting magnified it. The season of testing qualified you to receive something so massive that if it had come earlier, it would have crushed you under its weight. But now you are ready. Now you are strong enough. Now you are mature enough. Now you are positioned perfectly to steward the abundance that is about to flood every corner of your existence. You have walked through fire that should have consumed you, yet here you stand. You have navigated storms that should have drowned you, yet you are still breathing. You have endured betrayals that should have destroyed your ability to trust, yet somewhere deep inside a flicker of hope remains. That flicker is about to become a flame. That flame is about to become a wildfire, and that wildfire is about to burn through every limitation, every obstacle, every barrier that has stood between you and the fullness of what you were created to experience. The universe itself is realigning to accommodate the shift that is coming. Natural laws are bending, spiritual atmospheres are changing, human hearts are being moved, divine strategies are being executed, and you, my beloved child, are at the center of it all. Let me paint a picture for you that will help you understand the magnitude of what is unfolding. Imagine that your life is a garden that has been neglected for years. The soil is dry and cracked. The plants are withered and dying. Weeds have taken over spaces where flowers should bloom. It looks hopeless. It looks dead. It looks like nothing good could ever grow there again. But then in one miraculous moment, the sky opens and rain begins to fall. Not a drizzle, not a sprinkle, but a downpour so intense that the ground cannot absorb it fast enough. The water pools and flows and soaks deep into every crack. The seeds that were buried and forgotten suddenly remember their purpose and begin to push through the dirt toward the light. Within days, what was brown becomes green. What was dead becomes alive. What was ugly becomes beautiful. That garden is your life, and the rain, my child, the rain is falling right now. You have been conditioned by disappointment to lower your expectations, to protect your heart by not hoping too big, to settle for survival when you were designed for abundance. But tonight, heaven is challenging you to raise your vision. Heaven is daring you to dream again. Heaven is inviting you to believe for things that seem too good to be true. Because the God you serve specializes in exceeding expectations. He does not give just enough to get by. He gives overflow. He does not provide barely sufficient. He provides abundantly more than you could ask or imagine. He does not heal you partially. He makes you completely whole. He does not open a door slightly. He blows it off the hinges. And when He decides to bless you, there is no force in existence that can stop the flood of His goodness from reaching you. The financial miracle that is headed your way is not a small, unexpected check that helps a little. It is not a minor raise that makes things slightly easier. What is coming is a complete transformation of your economic reality. Debts that have choked you for years will be wiped out in a single transaction. Bills that kept you up at night will suddenly become insignificant compared to the income that begins flowing. Opportunities to earn that you never qualified for before will present themselves with your name already approved. People with resources will feel a supernatural pull to invest in you, to partner with you, to fund your vision, and they will not even understand why they feel so compelled, but they will act on it anyway. This is how heaven works when it decides to shift someone from lack to abundance. It does not happen gradually over decades. It happens suddenly, shockingly, in ways that defy natural explanation. Let me tell you exactly what this financial transformation is going to look like in practical terms, because I want you to have a clear picture of what is manifesting. You are going to check your mail and find letters you were not expecting, documents that contain numbers that make your heart skip a beat. You are going to receive phone calls from institutions telling you that applications you thought were denied have suddenly been approved. You are going to discover that debts you assumed would take decades to clear have been paid off by sources you cannot trace. Your employer is going to call you into an office, and instead of the conversation you feared, you will hear words about promotion, about increase, about bonuses that exceed anything in your job history. But it goes deeper than just money appearing. You are going to notice that expenses that usually drain you will suddenly decrease. The car that always needed repairs will run smoothly. The appliances that constantly broke down will function perfectly. The medical bills that piled up will be covered by insurance adjustments you did not know were possible. It is as if heaven is attacking your lack from both sides, increasing what comes in while decreasing what goes out, creating a margin in your life that has never existed before. This margin will give you breathing room to think, to plan, to dream, to invest in your future instead of just surviving your present. And here is something else that is happening right now. There are ideas being downloaded into your spirit, creative solutions to problems you face, business concepts that will generate income, inventions that will serve people and produce profit. You are going to wake up in the middle of the night with thoughts so clear and so complete that you will scramble to write them down before you forget. These ideas are not random. They are heaven-sent strategies specifically designed for your unique gifts and the season you are entering. When you act on them, when you have the courage to pursue what has been placed in your heart, you will be amazed at how doors fly open, how people say yes, how resources appear to support the vision that only existed in your mind days before. But the blessing is not just about money, although that is certainly part of it. The blessing is about restoration in every dimension of your life. Relationships that were broken beyond repair will experience miraculous reconciliation. Health issues that doctors said were permanent will reverse and vanish. Mental battles that have tormented you for years will lose their power and fade into silence. Doors of opportunity in your career that were welded shut will swing open with ease. Favor with people in positions of authority will manifest in ways that make you shake your head in disbelief. Your children will begin to flourish in areas where they struggled. Your home will become a place of peace instead of tension. Your mind will experience clarity instead of confusion. Your heart will feel joy instead of heaviness. This is total life transformation, and it begins the moment you release your agreement with what heaven is declaring over you. Now I need to address something important, something that might be creating resistance in your spirit right now. You might be thinking about all the times you believed before and nothing happened. You might be remembering the prayers you prayed with such faith, only to watch those prayers seemingly bounce off the ceiling and fall to the floor unanswered. You might be carrying wounds from seasons when you stood on promises that never seemed to materialize, and now a part of you is afraid to hope again because you do not want to survive another disappointment. I understand that pain. I honor that hesitation. But I need you to hear this truth with every fiber of your being. Those prayers were not unanswered, they were stored. Those promises were not broken, they were delayed for divine timing. Those seasons of waiting were not wasted, they were preparation. And everything, absolutely everything you have been through, has been working together to position you for this exact moment when heaven releases what has been building up for you all along. You see, there is a difference between a prayer that is denied and a prayer that is being processed through seasons of preparation. Heaven does not say no to the genuine cries of a sincere heart, but heaven does operate on a timeline that transcends human impatience. Sometimes the very thing you are asking for requires you to become a different person before you can receive it without it destroying you. Sometimes the blessing needs circumstances around you to shift before it can manifest in a sustainable way. Sometimes the answer is already yes, but the timing is not yet. And in the gap between yes and now, character is built, faith is refined, and capacity is expanded. You are not the same person you were when you first started asking. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. You are ready now in ways you were not ready before. And that is why this is the appointed time. The angels assigned to your life are not inactive. They are not sitting around waiting for orders. They have been on assignment since before you were born, orchestrating events, arranging circumstances, positioning people, clearing obstacles, and preparing the way for moments like this. Right now, at this very second, there are angels moving on your behalf in ways you will only understand when you look back on this season years from now. They are whispering your name to people who have the power to change your situation. They are removing people from your path who would hinder your progress. They are protecting you from dangers you do not even know you are facing. They are opening doors you did not know existed. They are releasing resources from sources you never considered. This is happening whether you feel it or not, whether you see it or not, whether you believe it or not. But when you add your faith to their work, When you release your agreement with heaven's movement, the manifestation accelerates, and what should take years happens in days. Let me tell you something about the enemy that has been fighting against your breakthrough. That enemy is not human. Your battle is not against flesh and blood, not against the people who disappointed you or the systems that rejected you or the circumstances that seem stacked against you. Your real enemy is spiritual, and that enemy has been terrified of this moment for a long time. The demonic forces that orchestrated delays in your life did not do it randomly. They did it strategically because they saw the plans written for you in heaven's book, and those plans threatened their kingdom of darkness. They saw that you were destined to be a light in dark places, a voice of hope to the hopeless, a testimony of breakthrough to the broken, and they could not allow that to happen without a fight. So they fought. They deployed every weapon in their arsenal. They sent depression to silence you, anxiety to paralyze you, fear to shrink you, doubt to disable you, and disappointment to disqualify you. But here is what they did not account for. They did not account for the fact that the one who called you is greater than the one who opposes you. They did not account for the prayers of the faithful who stood in the gap for you when you could not stand for yourself. They did not account for the mercy that kept you alive when you wanted to give up, and they definitely did not account for the stubbornness of your spirit that refused to quit even when quitting made the most sense. So tonight, right now, those demonic assignments are being cancelled. Every curse spoken over your bloodline is being broken by the authority of heaven. Every limitation placed on your potential is being shattered by divine decree. Every door that was shut in your face is being reopened by the hand that holds all keys. Every resource that was withheld from you is being released with acceleration. Every person who was supposed to help you but got distracted is being redirected back to your path. Every opportunity that passed you by is circling back around with your name on it. This is not me trying to hype you up with empty words. This is me delivering a message from the throne room that was specifically designed for your ears at this specific moment in your journey. And let me be very clear about something that religion might have taught you incorrectly. You do not have to be perfect to receive this blessing. You do not have to have your life completely together. You do not have to pray perfectly, live perfectly, think perfectly, or perform perfectly. Heaven is not waiting for you to clean yourself up before it releases what belongs to you. Heaven is releasing the blessing so that the blessing can clean up the mess. Do you understand what I am saying? The breakthrough is not the reward for getting it right. The breakthrough is the catalyst that helps you get it right. You are not being blessed because you earned it. You are being blessed because you are loved, because you are chosen, because you are called, and because there is a purpose on your life that requires resources, favor, health, peace, and provision to fulfill. Stop waiting to become worthy. You are already worthy not because of what you did, but because of whose you are. Stop trying to qualify yourself through good behavior. You are already qualified through the grace that was extended to you before you did anything to deserve it. Stop thinking you need to pay penance for your past before you can step into your future. Your past has been paid for, covered, forgiven, removed as far as the east is from the west, and it has no legal right to block what is coming to you now. The only thing standing between you and your miracle is your willingness to receive it. Will you receive it? Will you open your hands? Will you open your heart? Will you dare to believe that maybe, just maybe, this time is different? Will you risk hoping again even though hope has hurt you before? I want to talk to you now about the generational impact of what is happening in your life. You think this is just about you getting some relief from your current struggles, but it is so much bigger than that. When heaven breaks a cycle in one person's life, it creates a ripple effect that touches everyone connected to that person. Your children are about to inherit a legacy they did not have to fight for because you fought the fight of faith. Your grandchildren are going to walk in freedom they did not have to earn because you paid the price of perseverance. Your family name is about to be associated with blessing instead of struggle, with victory instead of defeat, with abundance instead of lack. Stories will be told about this season for generations. They will speak of the time when everything was falling apart, when all hope seemed lost, when circumstances screamed defeat. But one person decided to keep believing, and that belief opened a door that changed the entire trajectory of the family line forever. Think about the ancestors who came before you, the ones who prayed prayers they never saw answered, the ones who believed for breakthroughs they never experienced, the ones who planted seeds they never harvested. Their prayers did not evaporate into nothingness. Their faith did not disappear without impact. Every prayer they prayed, every seed they sowed, every act of obedience they walked in has been accumulating in the spirit realm, building up a heavenly inheritance that is now being released to you. You are the answer to prayers prayed by people you never met. You are the fulfillment of prophecies spoken over people who came before you. You are standing on the shoulders of giants who endured so that you could break through. And now it is your turn to steward what they purchased with their sacrifice, to walk in what they could only dream about, to manifest what they could only prophesy, and to pass it on even greater to those who come after you. Let me take a moment here to remind you of something very practical and important. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, I want you to do that right now. This is not just about supporting content. This is about positioning yourself in a flow of spiritual nourishment that will sustain you as you walk into this new season. When you subscribe, you are making a declaration that you want to stay connected to truth, to encouragement, to revelation, and to reminders of who you are when the world tries to tell you otherwise. The messages that come through this channel are not random. They are strategically timed by heaven to meet you exactly where you are, to speak to exactly what you are facing, and to release exactly what you need to keep moving forward. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and make a commitment to feed your spirit with content that builds you up rather than tears you down. This is part of your breakthrough strategy, staying connected to sources that remind you of truth when lies are screaming loudly. Now let me continue with what heaven is releasing over your life. There is a shift happening in the atmosphere around you that is going to affect how people perceive you, how opportunities find you, and how doors open for you. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to walk in effortless favor while others struggle for every inch of progress? That difference is not about worthiness or merit. It is about the spiritual atmosphere that surrounds a person. When heaven releases a grace of favor over someone's life, it is like they are walking with an invisible magnet that attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right resources at the right time. People want to help them even when there is no logical reason to do so. Doors open for them that were closed to others with better qualifications. Resources flow to them from unexpected sources. This is not luck, this is divine favor, and that favor is being activated over your life right now. You are about to walk into rooms where you are the least qualified person present, yet you will be the one chosen for the opportunity. You are about to have conversations with people who normally would never give you the time of day, yet they will feel drawn to you and compelled to assist you. You are about to receive offers that bypass all the normal protocols and processes that others have to endure. When people ask how it happened, you will not have a natural explanation. You will only be able to say it was God. It had to be God because there is no other way to explain how everything lined up so perfectly, so quickly, so completely in my favor. That is the testimony you are about to carry. and that testimony will become a weapon of hope for others who are tempted to give up on their own dreams. The provision that is coming is not going to require you to sacrifice your integrity, compromise your values, or violate your conscience. You will not have to manipulate, scheme, or politic your way into this blessing. It is going to come through divine channels that keep your hands clean and your heart pure. This is important because the enemy loves to offer counterfeits that look like the blessing but come with strings attached that eventually strangle you. But what heaven is sending has no hidden costs, no fine print, no traps, and no regrets. It is pure gift, unearned grace, undeserved favor, and it will bring joy without sorrow attached to it. When it arrives, you will be able to receive it with a clean conscience, steward it with wisdom, and enjoy it with gratitude. Let me speak now to the physical body that is reading these words. Some of you are dealing with pain that has become so normal you almost forgot what it feels like to be whole. Some of you are battling diseases that doctors have labeled as chronic, incurable, or terminal. Some of you are exhausted from the fight to just get through each day without collapsing under the weight of physical limitations. I want you to know that the same God who is releasing financial breakthrough is releasing physical healing. Your body is about to respond to heaven's command. Cells that have been malfunctioning are going to realign with divine design. Systems that have been shut down are going to restart. Pain that has been constant is going to lift. Mobility that has been restricted is going to be restored. You are going to wake up one morning soon and realize that something changed in the night while you were sleeping. The ache is gone. The fog has cleared. The weakness has been replaced with strength. And you will know beyond any shadow of doubt that you were touched by the hand of the healer. I also want to speak to the emotional healing that is taking place in your heart right now. You have been hurt by people you trusted, wounded by those who should have protected you, damaged by circumstances that were never your fault. Those wounds created walls around your heart, barriers that kept you from fully experiencing love, from fully trusting others, from fully believing that good things could happen to you. But those walls are crumbling. The bricks of bitterness are falling. The mortar of unforgiveness is dissolving. And you are going to find yourself capable of loving again, trusting again, hoping again in ways that feel both terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. The people who hurt you do not get to write the final chapter of your story. The betrayals you experienced do not get to define who you become. The rejections you faced do not get to determine your value. You are being restored not just to where you were before the pain, but to a place you have never been before. A place of wholeness that is more complete than anything you experienced even in your best moments. This is not recovery. This is transformation. This is not going back. This is moving forward into something entirely new. You are going to notice that triggers that used to send you spiraling into dark places will lose their power. Memories that used to replay on a painful loop will fade into the background. Names that used to make your stomach tighten will become just names, stripped of the emotional charge they once carried. You will be able to talk about your past without falling apart. You will be able to acknowledge what happened without being defined by it. You will carry your scars not as sources of shame but as evidence of survival, proof that you are stronger than anything that tried to break you. Now I want to address those of you who are battling in your mind more than anywhere else. The thoughts that torment you in the quiet moments. The anxiety that grips you when you think about the future. The depression that makes even simple tasks feel impossible. The memories that replay on a loop, keeping wounds fresh that should have healed years ago. The voices that tell you that you are worthless, that you are too broken, that you have wasted too much time, that it is too late for you. I speak to those voices right now with the authority of heaven, and I command them to be silent. You are not worthless. You are priceless. You are not too broken. You are being restored. You have not wasted time. You have been in preparation. It is not too late. You are right on time. And the peace that surpasses understanding is being released into your mind right now to guard your thoughts and steady your emotions. There is a rest coming that you have not experienced in years, maybe ever. It is not the rest of inactivity or laziness. It is the rest of confidence, the rest of knowing that you are held, that you are guided, that you are protected, that you are provided for, and that you do not have to carry the weight of your world on your shoulders. That weight is being lifted. The burden is being removed. The yoke is being broken. And you are about to breathe deeply, fully, freely for the first time in so long. When that happens, when you feel the tension leave your shoulders and the knot in your stomach dissolve and the racing thoughts slow to a peaceful rhythm, you will weep with relief. And those tears will be healing waters washing away years of accumulated stress. Let me tell you about the divine appointments that are already scheduled on your calendar, even though you do not see them yet. There are people you are going to meet in the coming days and weeks who are carrying pieces of your puzzle. They have connections you need. They have information you need. They have resources you need. They have encouragement you need. And the meeting is not going to feel accidental. It is going to feel orchestrated because it is. Heaven has been arranging these connections for months, moving people into position, aligning schedules, creating circumstances that will bring you together at exactly the right moment. When you meet them, you will feel a click in your spirit and knowing that this connection is significant. Pay attention to that. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. That is divine orchestration, and your obedience to pursue those connections could be the very thing that opens the door you have been knocking on for years. And speaking of doors, let me tell you about the one that is about to open that you stopped believing would ever budge. You knocked on it until your knuckles were bloody. You waited in front of it until your hope withered. You eventually walked away from it, convinced it was never meant for you. But that door has not forgotten your name. That opportunity has not been given to someone else. That promise has not expired. And right now, even as you have moved on emotionally, that door is creaking open. The locks are turning. The hinges are moving, and very soon you are going to receive a call, an email, a message, an invitation that brings you back to that door. Except this time it will not be you begging to get in. It will be them inviting you to enter. It will not be you proving your worth. It will be them recognizing your value. It will not be you hoping for a chance. It will be them honored that you would consider their offer. This is what vindication looks like. This is what happens when heaven decides to showcase its faithfulness in your life. People who rejected you will hear about your success and wonder how they missed it. Systems that excluded you will scramble to include you. Voices that mocked your faith will fall silent when confronted with undeniable evidence of God's hand on your life. You will not have to defend yourself. You will not have to argue your case. You will not have to prove anything. Your life will become the proof. Your testimony will become the argument. Your breakthrough will silence every critic and answer every question. But here is what I need you to understand about this vindication. It is not happening to make you arrogant. It is happening to make Him famous. You are being blessed not so you can boast in your own strength, but so you can point others to the source of your strength. You are being elevated not so you can look down on others, but so you can reach back and pull others up. You are being given overflow not so you can hoard it, but so you can become a conduit of generosity. When the blessing hits your life, the world will be watching to see what you do with it. Will you become selfish and stingy, or will you become a living example of how God's people are blessed to be a blessing? I believe you will choose well. I believe you will steward it with wisdom. I believe you will honor the source by blessing others the way you have been blessed. Now let me speak about timing one more time, because I know this is where many of you are struggling. You want to know when. You want a date, a timeline, a specific moment you can circle on your calendar. And I understand that desire, waiting without a finish line, is one of the hardest things a human can endure. But heaven does not operate on calendars that you can see. Heaven operates on moments of readiness, moments of alignment, moments when everything that needs to be in place is finally in position. What I can tell you is that the season has shifted. What I can tell you is that you are closer now than you have ever been. What I can tell you is that the wait is almost over. Not almost in the sense of years. Almost in the sense of soon, very soon, sooner than your natural mind can comprehend. So soon that you need to start preparing your heart now for the shock of suddenly stepping from lack into abundance, from sickness into health, from confusion into clarity, from bondage into freedom. My dear child, every single moment of your life has been building toward something so magnificent that even the heavens have been holding their breath in anticipation. Right now, in this sacred instant, there is a convergence happening between your faith and the faithfulness of the one who spoke galaxies into existence. You are not here by accident. You were summoned by divine intention to hear words that will crack open the hardened shell around your heart and let the light of truth flood into every dark corner where fear has been hiding. The waiting you have endured was not wasted time, it was sacred preparation. Every tear that rolled down your cheek in the midnight hours, when you thought no one was watching, has been stored in bottles in heaven, and those tears are about to be transformed into testimonies that will shake the very foundations of doubt in your soul. There is a stirring in the invisible realm right now, a movement so powerful that demons are trembling and angels are mobilizing for the greatest delivery of blessing you have ever experienced. The resources you need are not stuck somewhere hoping to find you. They are actively searching for you, moving through channels both natural and supernatural, breaking through every barrier that tried to keep them from reaching your hands. The phone you hold, the device you are looking at right now, is about to become a portal through which heaven delivers news that will make your hands shake and your heart race. This is not hype. This is not manipulation. This is prophetic declaration from the throne room, where your name has been spoken with authority and your breakthrough has been signed with the blood of the covenant. You have been walking through a season that tested everything you thought you believed. And there were moments when you almost gave up, almost threw in the towel, almost declared that faith was a foolish game for people who refused to face reality. But something inside you, something stubborn and unshakable, refused to let go completely. That something was not your own strength. That was divine breath keeping your hope alive even when logic demanded you surrender. That breath is about to become a mighty wind that blows open every door that has been locked against you, that scatters every enemy that has been plotting your downfall, that carries you into spaces you did not even know existed. The blessing that is coming to you is not a small token of encouragement to help you get through another week of struggle. What is being released is a life-altering, destiny-shifting, generational, curse-breaking manifestation of supernatural abundance that will touch every area of your existence. Your finances are about to experience a transformation so dramatic that you will have to look at your bank statements multiple times to make sure you are reading the numbers correctly. Money will appear from sources you never considered, never applied to, never even knew about. People you have never met will feel compelled by an invisible force to write your name on checks, to open doors for you, to create opportunities specifically designed for your gifts and calling. But I need you to understand something crucial about this moment. The blessing is not coming because you finally figured out the right formula, said the right prayer, or reached some mystical level of spiritual maturity. The blessing is coming because you are loved beyond measure by a Father who delights in giving good gifts to his children, and your season of lack has come to an end by divine decree. There is nothing you can do to earn this. There is nothing you can do to deserve this. There is only one thing required of you, and that is to open your heart wide enough to receive what is being poured out. Your job is not to figure out how it will happen. Your job is to believe that it will happen and then watch in amazement as the how unfolds before your eyes in ways you never could have orchestrated with your limited human understanding. Right now, at this very second, there are conversations taking place in boardrooms, in offices, in homes, in places of influence where your name is being mentioned. You are not in the room, but your name is on lips that have the power to change your circumstances with a single yes. There are people who woke up this morning with you on their mind, and they do not even understand why. They just know they need to reach out, they need to help, they need to connect you with someone, they need to open a door for you. This is divine orchestration. This is what happens when heaven decides to interrupt the natural order of things to bless one of its own. Systems that usually take months will process in days. Applications that normally get rejected will be approved with unusual speed. Opportunities that require years of experience will be offered to you despite your resume not meeting the standard qualifications. Let me speak directly to the exhaustion that has settled into your bones like a permanent resident. You are tired. Not just physically tired, though your body certainly feels the weight of carrying stress it was never designed to bear. You are soul tired. You are tired of hoping and being disappointed. You are tired of believing and watching nothing change. You are tired of standing in faith while everyone around you seems to be walking in manifestation. You are tired of smiling through the pain, of pretending you are okay when you are falling apart, of acting strong when you feel like you are barely holding on by a thread. I see that tiredness. I feel that weariness. And I am here to tell you that rest is coming. Not just physical rest, though you will sleep better than you have in years, but soul rest, the kind of rest that comes when you finally stop striving and start receiving. The kind of rest that settles over you when you realize that the battle is not yours to fight anymore because heaven has taken over the war room and victory has already been declared. There is a grace being released over your life right now that will make impossible things happen with ridiculous ease. Doors that required connections you do not have will swing open because someone you barely know decides to vouch for you. Obstacles that seemed immovable will dissolve overnight. Problems that have plagued you for years will suddenly resolve themselves in ways that make no logical sense. This is the grace of favor, and it operates outside the rules of natural law. When this grace is on your life, you do not have to push, manipulate, scheme, or fight your way into blessing. You simply position yourself to receive, and the blessing finds you, pursues you, overtakes you, and overwhelms you with its abundance. Now I want to address something that might be creating a wall between you and your miracle. Somewhere along the way, you picked up a belief that you are not worthy of good things. Maybe it came from childhood experiences where you were made to feel like you were not enough. Maybe it came from religious teaching that emphasized your brokenness more than your belovedness. Maybe it came from a series of rejections that convinced you that you must be fundamentally flawed if so many people chose to walk away. Whatever the source, that belief is a lie straight from the pit of hell, and it needs to be demolished right now. Your worth was established before you took your first breath. Your value was determined before you made your first mistake. You are worthy not because of what you have done, but because of whose you are. You belong to the King of Kings, and that makes you royalty. You are a child of the Most High God, and that means you have access to all the resources of heaven. The financial breakthrough that is manifesting in your life right now is not a loan that you will have to pay back. It is not a temporary relief that will disappear as quickly as it came. This is a shift in your economic atmosphere that will create sustained abundance. You will move from paycheck to paycheck survival into a place of overflow where you have more than enough for yourself and plenty left over to bless others. You will go from borrowing to lending, from begging to giving, from lack to legacy. And when people ask you how it happened, you will not be able to point to a clever strategy or a fortunate break. You will only be able to say that God showed up and everything changed. I want you to think about the generations that will come after you, the children and grandchildren who will inherit the fruit of this breakthrough. They will never have to fight the battles you fought because you are breaking the cycles right now. They will never have to endure the poverty you endured because you are establishing a new financial foundation for the family line. They will never have to question whether God keeps His promises because they will grow up hearing your testimony of the night when heaven invaded earth on your behalf and transformed everything. You are not just receiving a blessing for yourself, you are changing the trajectory of your entire bloodline. Your obedience to keep believing when it made no sense is creating an inheritance that will impact people who have not even been born yet. And let me remind you one more time to stay connected to this source of encouragement. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, do it right now. Make the decision to position yourself in a flow of truth that will sustain you, strengthen you, and remind you of who you are when the world tries to tell you otherwise. When you subscribe, you are making a statement that you refuse to allow negativity, doubt, and fear to dominate your mental space. You are choosing to feed your spirit with content that builds you up rather than tears you down. This is not just about watching videos. This is about creating a lifestyle of intentional spiritual nourishment that will keep your faith strong and your hope alive even when circumstances around you are screaming that nothing is changing. Turn on those notifications so that every time a new message is released, you will be reminded that you are not alone, that you are not forgotten, and that your breakthrough is still on the way. Now let me tell you about the shift that is happening in how people perceive you. Up until this point, you have been overlooked, underestimated, and dismissed by people who should have recognized your value. But that is about to change dramatically. There is a divine repositioning taking place where you are being moved from the margins to the center, from the background to the forefront, from obscurity to visibility. People who ignored you will suddenly see you differently. Those who rejected you will wonder what they missed. Systems that excluded you will scramble to include you. And it will not be because you changed anything about yourself. It will be because the light of heaven's favor is shining on you so brightly that even blind people cannot miss it. You are going to walk into rooms where you are the least credentialed person present, yet you will be the one they choose. You are going to have conversations with people who normally would not give you 5 minutes of their time, yet they will clear their entire schedule to talk with you. You are going to receive offers that bypass all the normal protocols, all the standard requirements, all the usual red tape. When it happens, and it will happen, you will stand in shock trying to process how everything lined up so perfectly in your favor. And the only explanation you will have is that God did it. God moved hearts. God opened doors. God made a way where there was no way. And your testimony will become a weapon of hope for others who are tempted to believe that miracles only happen to other people. The provision that is being released is not just financial, though money is certainly a significant part of it. You are about to experience provision in your relationships, where connections that have been broken will be supernaturally healed. You are about to experience provision in your health, where bodies that have been sick will suddenly respond to heaven's command to be made whole. You are about to experience provision in your mind, where thoughts that have tormented you for years will lose their power and fade into silence. You are about to experience provision in your purpose, where clarity will replace confusion and you will finally understand what you were created to do. This is comprehensive, all-encompassing, nothing left untouched provision that will transform every dimension of your existence. Let me speak now to those of you who are battling with guilt, who feel like you do not deserve blessing because of mistakes you have made in the past. You carry shame like a heavy coat you cannot take off, and that shame whispers to you constantly that God could never use someone like you, could never bless someone like you, could never showcase His glory through someone as broken as you. But I need you to hear this truth with every fiber of your being. Your past has been paid for. Your sins have been forgiven. Your mistakes have been covered by grace that is deeper than your deepest failure. God does not bless people because they have a perfect record. God blesses people because He loves them, and His love is not conditional on your performance. He is not waiting for you to clean yourself up before He releases what belongs to you. He is releasing the blessing so that the blessing can clean up the mess. There is a rest coming that you have not experienced in years, maybe ever. It is the rest of knowing that you are held, that you are safe, that you are provided for, that you do not have to carry the weight of your world on your shoulders anymore. The burden you have been carrying is being lifted right now. The yoke that has been around your neck is being broken. The pressure that has been crushing you is being removed. And you are about to breathe deeply, fully, freely for the first time in so long. When that happens, when you feel the tension leave your body and the knot in your stomach dissolve and the racing thoughts slow to a peaceful rhythm, you will weep. And those tears will not be tears of sorrow. They will be tears of relief, tears of gratitude, tears of wonder at how good God has been to you even when you could not see His hand moving. The divine appointments that are already scheduled on your calendar are going to blow your mind. You are going to meet people in the most unexpected places who are carrying pieces of your puzzle. A casual conversation at a coffee shop will lead to a job opportunity you never saw coming. A random encounter at a store will result in a connection that opens doors you did not even know existed. An introduction from someone you barely know will put you in front of decision makers who have the power to change your life with a single yes. These are not coincidences. These are divine setups. Heaven has been arranging these meetings for months, positioning people, aligning schedules, creating circumstances that will bring you together at exactly the right moment for maximum impact. And let me tell you about the door that is about to open, the one you stopped believing would ever budge. You knocked on it until your knuckles were raw. You waited in front of it until hope died. You eventually walked away from it, convinced it was never meant for you, but that door has not forgotten your name. That opportunity has not been given to someone else. That promise has not expired. And right now, even as you have moved on emotionally, that door is creaking open. The locks are turning, the hinges are moving. And very soon you are going to receive communication that brings you back to that door, except this time it will not be you begging to get in. It will be them inviting you to enter. It will not be you proving your worth. It will be them recognizing your value. It will not be you hoping for a chance. It will be them honored that you would even consider their offer. This is what vindication looks like. This is what happens when heaven decides to showcase its faithfulness in your life in a way that cannot be denied, cannot be explained away, cannot be attributed to luck or coincidence. People who rejected you will hear about your success and wonder how they missed seeing your potential. Systems that excluded you will scramble to include you. Voices that mocked your faith will fall silent when confronted with undeniable evidence of divine intervention. You will not have to defend yourself. You will not have to argue your case. You will not have to prove anything to anyone. Your life will become the proof. Your testimony will become the argument. Your breakthrough will silence every critic and answer every question that was ever raised about whether God is real and whether He keeps His promises. But here is what I need you to understand about this vindication. It is not happening to feed your ego or to make you arrogant. It is happening to make God famous. You are being blessed not so you can boast in your own strength, but so you can point others to the source of your strength. You are being elevated not so you can look down on others, but so you can reach back and pull others up. You are being given overflow not so you can hoard it, but so you can become a living example of how God's people are blessed to be a blessing. When the breakthrough manifests in your life, the world will be watching to see what you do with it. Will you become selfish and stingy, or will you become a river through which blessing flows to others? I believe you will choose well. I believe you will steward it with wisdom. I believe you will honor the source by blessing others the way you have been blessed. The timing of this breakthrough is not random. You are receiving this word right now because heaven has determined that you are ready, that the season has shifted, that the wait is over. What should have taken years is going to happen in days. What normally requires perfect conditions is going to manifest in the middle of chaos. What usually demands connections you do not have is going to occur through divine intervention that bypasses all natural requirements. This is the beauty of how God operates. He does not ask permission from earth when He decides to move in heaven. He does not need your circumstances to be perfect before He releases blessing. He simply speaks. And what was not suddenly is. He simply commands, and what was impossible becomes inevitable. You have survived what was designed to destroy you, and that alone is proof that heaven has been protecting you, preserving you, preparing you for this moment. The depression that tried to convince you to give up did not win. The anxiety that tried to paralyze you with fear did not succeed. The betrayal that tried to make you bitter did not harden your heart. The financial lack that tried to crush your spirit did not break you. You are still here. You are still standing. You are still believing. And that stubborn refusal to quit, even when quitting made the most sense, has positioned you to receive a reward so great that when it manifests, you will fall to your knees in gratitude and wonder. The wealth that is coming will not just pay bills and clear debts, though it will certainly do that. This wealth will fund dreams you buried, visions you abandoned, purposes you thought were impossible. You will have resources to invest in your children's education, to support causes you care about, to help people who helped you when you had nothing, to start businesses that create jobs, to build things that outlast your lifetime. This is legacy wealth, generational wealth, kingdom wealth. And it is coming not because you manipulated circumstances or leveraged connections, but because heaven decided it was time to prove that God still takes care of His own. Let me speak one more time to the fear that might be whispering doubts even as you read these words. Fear wants you to protect yourself from disappointment by not hoping too big. Fear wants you to lower your expectations so that if nothing changes, you will not be hurt as badly. Fear wants you to dismiss this word as hype, as manipulation, as empty promises designed to get your hopes up for nothing. But I need you to understand that fear is a liar. Fear is the voice of the enemy trying to talk you out of your miracle at the very moment it is about to manifest. Fear wants you to close your hands when heaven is trying to pour into them. Fear wants you to shut your heart when love is trying to heal it. Fear wants you to walk away when breakthrough is one step ahead. Do not listen to fear. Choose faith. Choose hope. Choose to believe that maybe, just maybe, this time is different. Choose to open your heart wide and receive what is being offered. The confirmation you asked for is here. You have been praying, asking God to show you a sign that He has not forgotten you, that your prayers have been heard, that help is really on the way. This is that sign. This message finding you at this exact moment, these words resonating with your spirit in a way that makes you feel seen and known. This stirring in your chest that feels like hope trying to wake up from a long sleep. This is confirmation. You did not stumble onto this by accident. You were led here by divine appointment. Your spirit was drawn to this message because heaven needed you to hear these specific words at this specific time. There is a convergence happening between what you need and what is being released, and the moment of collision is now. The miracle that has your name on it is not waiting for you to become perfect. It is not waiting for you to have all your questions answered. It is not waiting for you to fully understand how it will happen. The miracle is waiting for one thing and one thing only, for you to say yes, for you to open your hands and receive, for you to release your agreement with what heaven is doing, for you to believe that what was promised will come to pass. That is all. Just say yes, just believe, just receive, and watch what happens when your faith collides with God's faithfulness. I promised I would take care of you, and I do not lie. I promised I would never leave you, and I do not abandon my children. I promised I would supply all your needs, and I do not fail to keep my word. What I have spoken over your life will come to pass. What I have promised will manifest. What I have decreed will happen, not because you are perfect, not because you earned it, not because you deserve it, but because I am faithful, because I am love, because I am the God who keeps covenant with my children. You are mine, you are loved, you are chosen. And you are about to see evidence of that in ways that will leave you breathless with wonder and gratitude. The season of lack is over. The time of delay is finished. The cycle of struggle is broken. What tried to destroy you has failed. What tried to silence you has lost. What tried to stop you has been removed. And now, right now, you are stepping into a season of supernatural abundance, divine favor, miraculous provision, and overwhelming breakthrough. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your season, and nothing in heaven, on earth, or under the earth can stop what has already been released for you. So rest now, my beloved child. Let go of the worry. Release the anxiety. Drop the fear. You have wrestled long enough. You have carried burdens that were never yours to bear. You have fought battles that were always mine to win. Lay it all down. Walk away with peace. Trust that I am moving even when you cannot see it. Believe that I am working even when you cannot feel it. Know that I am faithful even when circumstances scream otherwise. Your breakthrough is not on delay, it is on schedule. And this moment, this very moment, is your confirmation that everything is about to change in ways that will exceed your wildest dreams and surpass your greatest expectations. The phone will ring. The message will come. The door will open. The money will appear. The healing will manifest. The peace will settle. The joy will return. And when it happens, you will know beyond any shadow of doubt that it was me, that it was only me, that it could only have been me. And your testimony will become a beacon of hope for countless others who are walking through their own valleys of shadow, wondering if they will ever see the light again. Your story will give them courage to keep going. Your breakthrough will fuel their faith to keep believing. Your miracle will prove to them that God is still in the business of doing impossible things for ordinary people who dare to trust Him. So receive it now. Open your heart. Lift your hands. Release your yes. And prepare yourself for the most extraordinary transformation you have ever experienced, because heaven is moving, angels are delivering, and your miracle is arriving right on time. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the most glorious chapter you have ever lived. Welcome to your season of overflow. Welcome to your time of favor. Welcome to the abundant life you were always meant to experience. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. Receive it now in Jesus' mighty name.